MK and I am back with another Scraptember 2022 prompt, and today's prompt is mixed media. So I decided that I just wanted to play today. I have some Altenew watercolor brush markers, and they were all chosen based off of that photo play paper that I am going to be showing you guys here in just a minute. I also went into my color bins because I don't hardly ever touch those, and pulled out a couple pieces that I have to tell you guys don't hardly make it on the layout, but the thought was there. I really wanted one of those layouts where you add an element of the same color on top of the mixed media color. So yeah, that's what it is. Have my one photo, and then there is the photo paper that I've had for quite some time. Not gonna lie, I think I've had it since 2019, left over from a class. And then I have this beautiful stencil that I plan on using on top of this Vicki Boutin foundation paper, as well as some opaque crackle paste that I'm going to put through the stencil as soon as I get started. So I'm going to go ahead and put the entire paste through the entire stencil. And one of the things that I'm going to do after it has dried is cut this down to 8.5 by 11. But I wanted the stencil to go from edge to edge and corner to corner type of deal. I absolutely love this chicken wire stencil. I don't remember whose it is though, you guys. I apologize. I can't remember if it is Sandy's from Scrapping Reflections, or if it was a Crafter's Workshop. I apologize about that. I'm not really sure where it came from. So I'm going to go ahead and set that off to dry. And while it is drying, I'm going to go ahead and cut my photo down. Now, this is just a picture of our chalkboard that we usually write down at the end of almost every week. We run out of something that we need at the grocery store. And so we write it down on our little chalkboard and just go ahead and make a note for ourselves. So my daughter came to visit me, my oldest daughter, and she decided that she was going to leave a note on said chalkboard because she is convinced, absolutely convinced, that I don't actually read the chalkboard. And so she came in while I was gone. She borrowed the house. We were away, and she left me a note. It just says hugs and kisses. And then, of course, she always signs it KP because those are her initials. And I'm not going to lie. It took me a while to figure out exactly that she left it on there. And I was walking out of my office one day, and poof, I saw it, and I was like, oh, that's adorable. So I snapshotted it, sent it to her, and said, I can't believe you did this. And she's like, really, Mom? It took you that long to figure that out? All right, so what I've got going on here now is I'm just testing out the colors that I picked out, because sometimes when you see a color on the tube or in the tube, it doesn't come out the same and on paper the same. And so I just wanted to make sure that what I picked out and all that good stuff is exactly what I really wanted. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to squeeze and paint, squeeze and paint, squeeze and paint. That's all this is all about. I absolutely love these brush markers because I don't really have to do a whole lot. Literally, I'm just scribbling and squeezing. That's all there is to it. I do have to say that I really like how it's going right at this moment. I like the little bits. I like how it's going into the cracks of my crackle paint and spreading out like a virus. I absolutely love that. Well, now I'm going around my photo, and then I realized that I need to go back into my photo, like underneath it, because I went and forgot about that. So I'm just making it go around in a bigger circle than I really wanted it to, especially with that blue. I definitely didn't like that. So I'm going to add a little bit of a mixture in it and bring in some of this mint again. Well, I didn't like it mixing that much. So my mint totally turned blue. Where I wanted to put my photo, didn't have enough. So now I have to go back in again and finish coloring my my bits and pieces in. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want this much of anything. And so I'm kind of disappointed at the fact that I had to add this much color, but in the end, I actually really like how it looks. I my my mint stopped minting, so I had to give it a really good big squeeze. And then I brought in some more blue, messed it up down at the bottom, so I had to go fix it. And I do mess it up a little bit more too because I wanted to fill in those gaps. But it some reason, do you see how I have it lighter blue at the bottom? Well, for some reason, when I brought it back in, it came in purple. And so I don't know what happened there. Now I'm just squeezing and dabbing, trying to get splatters from all the same colors. And truth be told, I should have left it right there. I should have stopped and kept it right there, but I kept going. I really, really did. I like the idea of what I was doing as far as keep going part, but at the end of the result, I was like, oh, I should have just kept what I had going on. I really should have. I do keep wiping up all my paint so that way I don't accidentally put my arm in it or anything like that. But I'm going to fill it in just a little bit more because I feel like on the warm tones, I definitely left it very bare compared to all the green down at the bottom. So I felt like I was leaving something out. Of course, every time I go back in and do something different, it definitely does not look the same. Here's where I added that blue and now it came out purple. My poor little mint brush just was not working at all, and all it did was kept getting blue. That is the first time I've ever mixed those colors. But anyways, after a long drying time, I finally stopped, and now I'm going to add some black splatters to this. I realized that the black that I picked, it's this Altenew black, and it instantly soaked into the cardstock. And it's like, I don't like that. I really don't. So I pulled out my Dilutions black. And with my Dilutions black, I felt like it was a little bit better. It still did the same effect, but now it doesn't look so gray. So it definitely looks like I have a mix of highs and lows because I've got like a light black and a black type of deal. Yeah, pastel black. Let's do that. And then, of course, I went in and added some white splatters, which you didn't see me do because I kept getting interrupted as I was splattering. It was very annoying, so I just cut the whole thing out. But what's really cool about the white splatters is it reactivated all of my watercolors. And so it really is a lighter version, and now my watercolors look like they're distressed. So I kind of liked that effect, but I definitely could have done without the black splatters. Like I said, I should have stopped, but I didn't. Can I recreate it? Absolutely. Not a big deal. So anyways, I'm going to keep going and see what I can do to fix it. So I'm going to go ahead and put my photo down. I used some black double-sided tape as well as liquid tape, so that way I have an instant stick and then a permanent stick for later. And I'm going to go through all of my embellishments to see what it is that I can add. Well, the more I kept looking at it, the more I was like, I don't really have anything that I can add because I used the whole sheet for my mixed media, which, like I said, I just really wanted to play today. I really didn't want anything else. I definitely didn't want blue fingers, but I ended up with blue fingers somehow. I didn't even use that much blue, but they're everywhere. And maybe it's because I don't see the warm colors because they blend in with my skin. I don't know. Making stuff up again. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just add little bits and pieces here and there. I fussy cut out some yellow flowers up at the top. I know they're not the exact same color of yellow flowers, but I just wanted to make sure that I got a nod to the yellow and the orange that are both up there, the peachy orange. And then I cut out this circle bit right here that says our happy place because, yeah, our home is our happy place. And I popped that up, but I cut out the white around it and then scuffed up the edges to make it look like a real paint blob, even though it's made out of paper. And then, of course, I found two of the exact same butterflies. So I wasn't sure if I was going to use both of them, but their antennae were a slightly off cut. So I had to go and fix them. Going to go and fix that other butterfly as well as this flower, just cut off all that extra white around it. I felt like the flower does a really good job at covering up or helping me cover up the blob that I had. And then I was going to do this title up here, and then I realized it says today. Didn't have a clue that that's what it said until I put it next to the other word that said today. Yeah, that shows how much I pay attention. So got another little label sticker to add that's kind of that mossy green color. And gonna, again, fix the antennae of my second butterfly that I wasn't sure I wanted to use, but I like the fact that the blue looks like it is invading up into the oranges and yellows, right? So I definitely wanted to have my butterflies fly up into my photo. And that's pretty much it, you guys. That is all that I was going to do. Like I said, I really just wanted to play. And of course, my daughter still jokes at the fact that she leaves me a note and it takes me days to notice it. Like, I was walking out of my craft room and realized that she left me that note, and it was probably about 5 days after she'd already come and visited. So here's a close-up of what is going on. I absolutely love the effect that the watercolor takes on with that crackle paste. Absolutely love it. I just am so glad that I pulled out my paints and just played. I do need to figure out what happened to my mint color because it wasn't squeezing like I like it to. But in the close-ups, you get to see the reaction to the white ink that the other colors had, which I thought was a great happy accident, even though that's not the effect I was going for. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. I appreciate every day you guys stop by. Really, truly do. Please be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along in the playlist. They are working really, really hard at finishing out this month. This is probably the last one for me this month. I've got a couple other commitments and then something really big coming in October. So keep an eye out for that. But I am done with Scraptember 2022. Be sure to keep track of that Facebook group because it will continue to grow and grow even after September because people still do play along with the prompts. I think that is awesome. So anyways, thank you so much, and I will check y'all later. Bye.